I was considering retiring the Flat Earth Fail compilations after the 10th edition. I wasn't 100% sure that it would remain popular. But then I asked all of you and the decision was unanimous. The Flat Earth Fail compilations will stay. So this is Flat Earth Fail Compilation 11. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Yes, the Flat Earth Fails with infamous Flat Earther are back and I couldn't be more excited. Nathan Thompson. Excited as we begin, who seems to be a little bit confused.
Nathan runs the Flat Earth and Globe discussion Facebook group, which now boasts close to 40,000 members.
At first, I was extremely skeptical. I thought this was the craziest idea I'd ever heard, and I was going to debunk it in 5 minutes. And after about a month of not sleeping and really just digging through the information, I was a flat earther.
That was Nathan being interviewed about 2 years ago on someone else's channel, and he was talking about the process of him coming to be a flat earther. And according to him, he came round to the idea in about a month. Or did he? This was Nathan.
Videos of it, and
Nathan on his own channel about a month ago.
It was real simple.
Yeah, it clicked for me in a couple days.
It didn't take long.
It didn't take very long.
Only a couple of days? So which is it, Nathan? A month or a couple of days? Something very fishy is going on here.
And after about a month of not sleeping and really just digging through the information, I was a flat earther. Yeah, it clicked for me in a couple days.
I think I need to investigate this a little bit further. Stay tuned for that. Our next fail comes from Dean Wright. I know, I said I won't be commenting on any more of his clips. But he has made more flat earth proof and he's being a little bit unkind to beautiful people. So I think we should take
a day down here on the coast.
Take a look.
Good afternoon. This island here is 5 miles away from my standing point. I'm just going to zoom in on it here.
Of course this means nothing.
Just going to zoom out again. This is another big black swan proof.
Oh, is it now?
I'm going to pan left, and this island here is 22 miles away. 22 miles away.
So?
Apart from the fact that we can see it, and most of it should be hidden, the fact is, that's sitting on a horizon line, which is over 20 miles away. Same as this, and that's sitting on the horizon line. Coastline behind it. Here we have this one here, 5 miles away. Now where is the geometric curve at 2.73 miles away, you ballers?
Well, you can see the horizon. I'm not sure what you want us to say.
Come on, it's flat, it's obvious.
No, it's not. It's obvious that you haven't provided any info. How are we supposed to know that the horizon should be 2.7 miles away? It's not immediately that every single time. It's based on your elevation, Dean, or how high above sea level you are observing from. If we take a look here at a point where Dean is zooming horizon distance that you mentioned, Dean, out, to me, is when the viewer height is at 6, it's pretty high. The horizon foot, you seem to be at least 10 foot, if not higher.
The black swan has absolutely cracked it wide open. And you get idiots like the Rumpus and Brenda who talk about non-geometric curves and apparent horizons and refraction and all this absolute garbage.
So refraction doesn't exist then? Okay, Dean.
I mean, listening to him squirm on Nathan Oakley's debate channel is absolutely priceless.
You mean shouted over?
Well done for making yourself look like more of a moron than you had already. Well done with your crap
contradicting each other. Rumpus
example and your absolute shite.
Has done it many, many times before.
Proof of R.
Brenda is on some kind of drugs as far as I'm concerned. The cognitive dissonance levels of these ballers is absolutely unbelievable because it's common sense. 5 miles, 22 miles, 22 miles, guys, and there's horizon.
No, Dean, it doesn't work like that. Just because you can see something that's 22 miles away, it doesn't mean the horizon is 22 miles away. That object you're looking at is clearly elevated. You have provided no info regarding your elevation, nothing regarding the elevation of your target. Up is our old friend Level Earth, nothing whatsoever. This is Observer, who seems to have found some not proof. Next up, irregularities with some old space shuttle footage. Come on then, buddy, let's hear it.
I can think of only 2 explanations for what we're about to watch. This is an old STS-134 mission, which is essentially the old shuttle program. It would seem it's tea time. We're only interested here in Commander Mark Kelly on the right hand side. He's got a fork with, I think, some shrimp, some seafood on it. He's going to spin that. I'll play the footage first of all. I won't say anything. I'll see if you can spot it. If you've got a different vid, then I'll play the footage again and I'll give you your idea of what's going on. Give you my opinion. Please, by all means, let me know in the comments.
I'm sure I will have. Let's see.
So first let's watch it. Let me just check the volume. Let's watch Commander Mark Kelly here. See if you can spot the obvious problems.
All the shrimp is.
Spins his fork.
Too fresh. Yeah. Hey, I want that experience.
That's some fiesta chicken. That's the best stuff.
What's the problem?
Did you spot it? Let's go back 2 secs. Kelly supposedly spin the fork. Okay. Right, we're going to see Commander Kelly. This is what I think is going on here. Commander Kelly's going to spin the fork in a second. Gets distracted slightly by his pal to his right. And because he's been distracted, he kind of loses his bearings in relation to where the spinning fork is. He has a little moment of hesitancy. Then scratches his head, then looks to his left. I reckon he's looking at a monitor there to gauge where the spinning fork is in relation to him. Then goes back to grab the spinning fork, totally misses it, gestures to put it back near the food bag. Then has a moment of realisation, realising that was a spinning fork and the footage fades out. A bit of a fail. Right.
Wow, that's an incredible,
Then goes back to get it again. This
detailed response to what is really going on here. A bunch of astronauts having lunch and chilling out.
That's what I think's going on. So I'm going to play it now. Let me just turn the volume down slightly so you can hear me speak. Let's have a look.
All the shrimp.
Spins it.
Too fresh.
Mate distracts him. Comes back, loses his bearings, scratches his head, checks the monitor, goes to grab it, totally misses, realises, goes again, footage fades out.
Have you ever heard the expression, the mind sees what it wants to see?
That is what I think is going on there. Should we have a look? That one more time. One more time. And then. Distracted, loses track, checks the monitor, has a go at it, totally misses. Oops, realises. Now there's only other one explanation I can come up with.
It all actually happened?
Commander Kelly, the meal before, had some reconstituted wild Mexican mushrooms. They've now taken effect. He's now grabbing things and seeing things that aren't there. That's the only other thing I can sense has got another idea of what come up with. Unless of course something's actually going on here. Is it one in the comic wild Mexican mushrooms? Or is it a special effects meltdown?
I'm going with actually happened. If you are a film lover, I think you can pretty much all agree with me that it's kind of obvious when they're using CGI. Don't get me wrong, there have been some excellent CGI examples recently in the cinema, but you can kind of still tell, you get an inkling. The STS-134 mission was in 2011, and you're telling me that the technology existed to make a floating fork that in no way looks like it's CGI. Not to mention all the other stuff floating around. Occam's razor would suggest that the actual chance would not only be the most likely chance of this actually happening thing, but also happening, as in the space shuttle mission, the simplest. Right, on to our final fail, and this one comes from YouTube channel Flat and Stationary, who stole it from Phuket Word. He's looking at the sun.
Right, this is zoomed right out. Zoom. Okay, so 9:15.
Okay, so he's measuring
AM.
the disk of the sun with some sort of
29th
filter.
February. Zoomed in. Alright, it's about 11:15 now. I'm going to have a look at the sun again. So here we are, zoomed all the way out, and zooming in, all the way on optical zoom.
But hey ho, carry on. Yeah, it's not exactly the most accurate way of measuring.
Right, so it's 11:15, same day, zoomed in. And we got a midday shot of the sun now. Zoomed, no zoom, and zoomed in.
Hang on. Look at the bottom of your disc. You've definitely overshot that one. I wonder why.
No zoom. No.
And this one looks slightly too small. I see a slither of sunlight there at the top. Is someone trying to fudge this to suit their narrative? Looks better, but so close to the horizon there'll almost certainly be refraction at play here. Right, so your midday one was slightly too big, your 4 PM one slightly too small, which pretty much means no change at all across the whole day. The 6 are close to the horizon. 6 PM one will be quite different, as I said, because of the atmospherics at play. So oh dear, what a all the experiment up, and that, I can't measure it properly, wraps up a wonderful Flat Earth Fail Compilation 11. I do hope you enjoyed it today. If you did, then please do like and subscribe. It would be thoroughly appreciated. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Tuesday for an alien invasion. See you then.